but this is such a special occasion that I decided to throw my suit and wear it. So what a beautiful and joyous moment this is for all of us. Congratulating the families who are sitting just right behind the graduates. The fathers, the sisters and the brothers, the aunties and the uncles, and the coaches and the teachers, without whom these graduates would not be here today. These graduates are only here because you showed them undying love in order to get them to this point. These graduates are only here because of your undying love and the endless sacrifice of the masses of our people. Therefore, we must begin by saying that these degrees belong to you, not the graduates. They belong to you. Give yourself a round of applause. Graduates, I'm sorry to tell you all this, these degrees are not for you, they are for them. Now back to you, graduates. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you because you have persevered countless hours of studying and all-nighters to get to this day right here. I am so proud of you because you have held down 1 or 2 jobs, sometimes 3, and were student athletes while being full-time students to get to this day. I am so proud of you because you have proved wrong to every naysayer who told you that you're not good enough, that you would never make it, that you do not belong here. And made it and got this degree through sheer determination and willpower. Please, you have become fearless leaders, excellent community organizers, and responsible black men and women. And some of y'all were wild when you first got here. And we're here today. I'm not going to embarrass you in front of your family. I'm so proud of you because you have witnessed the daily murders of our people by the brutal occupation army that some of you call the police. And in the midst of the rebellion that you're helping lead, and the movement that you're very much a part of, you have managed to pass all your classes. We are very proud of you for that, because we know some of you were ready to drop out and pick up some guns to protect our people. But we ain't there yet, so we're going to put that on hold for now. I'm so proud of you because you carried out our people's tradition of black excellence, resistance, and resilience with the honor and dignity it deserves. I am so proud of you because you have come to represent what is best in us as a people, that you have become some of the very best that we have to offer to the world. And because of that, the struggle for the freedom of our people now rests in your hands and in your leadership. Now, having established how deeply proud we are of each and every single one of you, and that the freedom for the struggle of our people and its leadership resides in your hands, we must tell you the true conditions of our people today. My people, we are at war. The United States of America and Europe have been at war with our mother Africa and us as Africa's children, wherever we have gone in this world. To prove this statement, we take you to Azania, South Africa, where the white population there barely makes up 8.5%, but controls 80% of the land and 90% of the total economy today. Not in apartheid South Africa. We're talking about today in 2015. While the black majority, our African masses, suffer in poverty, live in shanty towns, and have an unemployment rate of 40% today. We take you to Ethiopia, where the country gets what's equivalent to 50 and 60% of its national budget in the form of Western aid. And as a result of that, that country is under effective control of its white puppet masters pulling its strings from Washington, D.C. We're talking about a country that can feed the entire East Africa because it has fertile agricultural land. And when we talk about South Africa, we're talking about a country that is the world's largest producer of platinum and manganese, and is the world's largest producer of coal. We take you to Congo, the heart of Africa, where ever since the Belgians and the CIA assassinated the first democratically elected Prime Minister, Patrice Emery Lumumba, libations go to their brother. that this country has done everything in its power to keep that country divided, unstable, and fighting. We're talking about a country that has the world's largest reserves of cobalt and is one of the world's largest producers of copper and diamonds. We take you to Haiti, the first independent nation in Latin America and the Caribbean. Haiti was the first nation in the Western Hemisphere to defeat 3 Western European superpowers, Britain, France, and Spain. And it is the only nation in the world to be established as a result of a successful slave rebellion. Did you hear me? I said the only nation in the world to be established as a result of a successful slave rebellion. This act of independence was so revolutionary that the slave-owning U.S. President Thomas Jefferson, the scum of the earth, refused to acknowledge the Republic until after the American Civil War, because they did not want Haiti to serve as an example to the enslaved Africans here. Since then, for this act of independence, Haiti was never forgiven by the Western powers who did and continue to do to this day, to keep that country divided, fighting, and unstable. And today, Haiti is the playground of Western so-called non-profit organizations who do nothing for the people of Haiti but take large donations of money for themselves. These organizations are nothing but modern-day international poverty pimps in the scum of the earth, nothing else. Last but not least, we bring you to these United States of America, the backbone of our people and the belly of the beast. Here's a country that was founded on the genocide of the indigenous people and on the enslavement of Africans. We're talking about chattel slavery here, a condition of human bondage so horrible that it is unmatched by anything else in human history. 250 years of slavery, 90 years of Jim Crow, 60 years of separate and unequal, and more than 35 years of continued racist housing policy. We're talking about a country that in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where there was a thriving black community known as Little Africa, white people and all of their racist and murderous rampage and envy decided to have a race riot. This is where they begin. Race riots do not begin with our rebellions. They begin with white people, with what they did whenever we have managed to accumulate any assets in this country. That they have decided to have a race riot that murdered over 300 black people, looted and burned down 40 square blocks of 1,265 black homes, including churches, hospitals, and schools, and over 150 black businesses. We're talking about a country that has assassinated some of our very best leaders: Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Little Bobby Hutton, John Huggins, Bunchy Carter, and framed and incarcerated the rest. Angela Davis, she got her freedom, thank God. Sundiata Akoli, Jalil Muntalim, and the courageous and the revolutionary sister they could not keep in prison, Assata Shakur. She had escaped their prison and went to Cuba, 1979. Keep track. We bring you to the 80s, where the CIA dumped crack cocaine in black communities all over the country because that general wanted President Chico President wanted to fund national capitalist forces in Central and Latin America. Did you hear me? I said they dumped crack cocaine in our communities. The CIA admitted to doing this in a report they issued in 1996. And as soon as black people started to get organized to demand answers, the so-called affair between Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky broke out and became the national news for the following 2 years. And our questions got swept under the rug. Think about it. We bring you to today, June 13th of 2015. Today, America has the most prisoners per capita in the world. This is a country where 1 in 3 black men can expect to go to jail in their lifetimes, and where black women are the fastest growing prison population. Of course, we know this has nothing to do with preventing crime. This is all about incarcerating all of us, black and brown bodies, at astronomical rates for minor drug offenses so that they can make money from that. This is all about making prisons a profitable business at the cost of our very lives. We live in a time where our families are pushed out of our neighborhoods because rent is increasing too much and too fast, and we can no longer afford to live in the neighborhoods that we've lived for decades. And most importantly, we live in a time where a black person is murdered every 28 hours by the Ku Klux Klan and vigilantes. The 28 hours might not even be correct because just this year, in the last 6 months, they have killed 138 black people. That's more than one a day, and the year's not over yet. Rekia Boyd, Michael Brown, Ayanna Stanley Jones, Eric Garner, Miriam Carey, Freddie Gray, and countless others who have been stolen from us. And it is out of these conditions today that this generation made its declaration of resistance. Black Lives Matter. Graduates, my dear comrades, my comrades in arms. This is the historical moment to which you belong. We have already told you that the freedom of our people resides in your hands. And it is because we love you that we must tell you the historical conditions of our people. You need to know everything that was done to us and what we have done to resist against it. That means you need to know when we prayed. You need to know when we marched. You need to know when we protested. And you need to know when we rebelled. And you need to know when we picked up our guns. You need to know everything, because if you are going to lead us to our freedom, you need to have a proper analysis of what has worked and what has not worked, so we can get us there. This is your responsibility. But we are resilient people, are we not? We are a courageous people, are we not? And we are a people who can survive anything, because we have survived everything that I just told you. And because we have established beyond any reasonable doubt that America has been at war with us since its very inception, the question for you is simple. Look at me. The question for you is simple. The question for you is simple. How are you going to unite us, and how are you going to get us our freedom? That is the question for you. That is the question that you have to figure out from today until the day you go back to our ancestors. Your job is difficult, no doubt, but it is simple. Your job is to organize yourselves in whatever profession that you go into so that you can serve our people. That means if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be an educator, it means you got to work with your other black teachers and educators and create schools that serve us. Because if these schools are serving us, the graduates alone will pack this building, and we will need to find a stadium to do this flag out together. Nurses, healthcare practitioners, you manage to work together so you can have hospitals and clinics that work, that serve our people for free. Dig that. It means if you go into business and you want to make money, that you manage to pull all your resources and you invest it in us, so we can have jobs for us, and you invest it in land, because land is the basis of all independence, and we still haven't got our 40 acres. Don't forget that. Artists, musicians, poets. It means that you create music, you create poetry, you create films that uplift our culture and that raise our consciousness. This is your job. This is your primary job. Your secondary and most difficult job is to organize the masses of our people under one uncompromising objective: Black liberation. As the Ferguson and Baltimore generation, you must recognize that what we need is not token Black representation in a white power structure, because that's what we have right now. What we need is Black liberation under Black power. And when people ask you, what do you want?